hands fumbled for it, my movements slow and deliberate to avoid provoking the tiger. I broke off a piece, my fingers trembling as I placed it on the ground. I pushed it toward the cubs, inch by inch, avoiding the mother tiger's gaze. The cubs hesitated for a moment before sniffing the bread. They began nibbling on the pieces, and the mother tiger lowered her head to watch them, her menacing growls fading into a low rumble of satisfaction. I dared to glance up slightly, just enough to see her powerful frame turn toward the narrow opening of the cave. With a final, deliberate step, she led her cubs through the opening and disappeared into the shadows of the forest. In that moment, I collapsed onto the ground, my body limp with relief. The silence that followed was deafening, and I could hardly believe I was still alive. My heart pounded as I whispered a prayer of thanks, tears streaming down my face. It was not just bread that saved me, it was God's mercy, His provision, and His promise that He would be with me in my darkest moments. That tiger, that cave, that night, it all became a turning point, a vivid reminder that even in the jaws of danger, God is my refuge and strength. God spoke to me that night. If you face adversity, I will help you. But don't run away from hardship, it will only grow. I repented. Instead of escaping to Japan, I decided to go back home. When I returned, I saw the pain my departure had caused my parents. I apologised and promised to stay. That night on Daedun-san, God not only saved my life, but also taught me to face my struggles with faith and trust in Him. Every trial is a chance to grow closer to God. Challenges are not a sign of His absence, but an opportunity to see His presence in new ways. By facing our hardships head-on, we experience His guidance, protection, and love in ways we never imagined. Sometimes the greatest lessons come when we feel we're at the end of our strength, because that's when God steps in and carries us through. Looking back, I realised that running from my difficulties would have only prolonged the pain. But by staying and trusting in God, I grew stronger in faith and character. His promise was true. He helps us through every trial and gives us the strength to overcome. No matter how dark the valley may seem, His light is always there to guide us.